What's good, superstars? Back with another comics video. You got Superstar Joe. You got Superstar Rob in the building. How's it going, Rob?
You
Man, relax, guys. If you are new here, do not forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification so you know whenever we post about your favorite digital collectibles. This one's kind of like cross-platform about the entire digital space. We have a little bit of comments about the comics in the space. We want to hear what you guys have to think about it. But also, if you want to, you can become a superstar VIP. Hit the join button underneath the video. It's $2.99 a month. You're going to get access into our superstar utility program by having one of these stars next to your name. However long you hold on to your membership, you'll jump up through the memberships, get a different star, get more entries into giveaways at the end of every single month. Also, first dibs on any merch that comes out, and a star in the universe at the end of every single month. We're still doing it. People ask all the time. We are still doing it, and we love it. If you want to follow us, X and Instagram are on the screen. Discord link in the description. If you click that link, you're going to need it to enter for the SUP raffle. Also, there's a PO box down there if you want to send us something and become the Superstar Hall of Famer. The SUP, great way to earn some prizes. Way to enter, becoming a VIP member, minting Cryptoys with our link. It's in the description. If you're going to buy Cryptoys anyways, Mickey Mouse is coming. Mickey Mouse is coming. If you're going to be buying Mickey Mouse, use the link, get some extra utility. Let us know what you did in the Discord, and we will make sure you have the right amount of entries. If you don't win, you're going to get your entries rolled over, half of them into next month. So it's like ongoing utility, trying to incentivize you guys to win. Also, if you buy any merch, let us know, and that will also add to the SUP. We already did some of our Starboy leaderboard utility, so that this slide we really got to get rid of. But we also have this coming up, and this is turning into something pretty crazy. I mean, the Discord is popping. I just checked right before this video. I think we have 21 or 22 of the 50 already entered, and we're only on the 14th of September. This is running until the end of the month. So if you have a Starboy, we know that there's about 65 more people who have one. You're running out of time here. It looks like people might fill this up before the end of the month. Rob, what do you got to say about the Who Wants to Be a No Millionaire submission?
Yeah, we got some fantastic entries, guys. If you want to go on Discord, you want to go to our Starboys NFT chat. If you have a Starboy, you got to verify to even get into that chat. But I love the entries. I actually took one of them. Shout out Fat Cat. I decided to post that one and share it on Twitter. Got some groovy music in the background. Got a Starboys showcased. A local boy too, doesn't live too far from us actually. So I'm very, very happy right now with the entries. And guys, we're gonna do it. We are gonna make someone an old millionaire. And round one's heating up. So you guys, you know what? It's very simple. Go to Discord, verify, take a photo with it. You can take a video with it. The video was great. Great job, Fat Cat. If you want to do a video, we'd love that for sure. Maybe we'll share it on X if we like it. Also, you can post your photo, where you're from, where the Starboy was located in our chat that you're going to only be able to access once you verify. And of course, we're almost halfway there. So the first 50 holders will be rolled over into round two, which we have not revealed what will happen. But you'll be rolled over to round two for a chance to become an old millionaire.
Yeah, I mean, this has been really, really fun to do. I've learned so much about where the superstars are from. They've been telling us about their city, about the landmarks. Amazing places I didn't even know existed. Really, really cool. And I think we're kind of building some kind of a community here with the Starboys on top of all the utility we're providing. I mean, I feel like the people who hold the Starboys are actually becoming closer and becoming friends. I saw people asking people like, how do I verify? And they're all helping each other out, even though it takes away from their odds to win the million Omi. They're helping each other figure out how to verify, figure out how to post and enter. And awesome. That's just the type of people that we have in the Superstar Nation. So really, really excited and thankful that you guys are part of it.
We've been in this NFT space now for a while, and we've been big supporters of utility. So obviously, if we're going to have an NFT project, we want to make sure that we stay true to our opinion and we find ways to bring as much utility as possible.
I can't wait till we have unannounced utility and the superstars just speculate on what it will be. That might be coming soon. We'll let you know. Also, let us get into the Twitter news here. Yesterday, great video was about the quality of the collectibles in the VeveVerse. First time that we were seeing anybody take that stance about the big, whatever it was, big game art.
Oh yeah.
Being
big
actual
brain game Game brain,
brain game art or game brain art or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the company that's doing it for a bunch of the collectibles for veve, and first time we've seen that like discussed as being a utility for the Veveverse quality.
Yeah.
But we did learn that veve Investments, shout out veve Investments, did a video about that company, I think a while ago, a couple months ago. And so check out veve Investments number 84 if you want to learn more about the company and what they're doing for veve. We still haven't watched it, but we're going to have a look at it after seeing all the comments about it. So definitely go check out veve Investments.
Yeah, and I really think from the rumors of people who do have the Veveverse saying that the collectibles in the Veveverse look of higher quality, I really think this is the exact quality we are going to see from the video that we showed yesterday. So I think in many ways, Veveverse images have been officially leaked in our videos. So go check it out.
Yeah. We also posted a link for our Discord. We know there's a bunch of people who can't find it. It's always in the description of every single YouTube video that we have. But if you can't find it, it is now on our Twitter. You might have to scroll a little bit, but we put it up there. It's also on the Superstar Money Burner account, if you guys know what that is. Look at Ron English. Look at Ron English, all right? He's obviously thinking about us. He's thinking about us.
He's been on the channel, by the way.
Using the colors, thinking back to our interview with him, and maybe we should reach out and try and get another interview set up, because clearly this is what he's doing with this image, and it's something to do for his pop-up music store. So we're very happy to be the inspiration behind this piece.
Yeah, and we love it. We love stars, guys. We love pink. We love the cotton candy style. Cryptoys has honored us through doing their rare and other drops from the Mickey and Friends. So we're very honored to be the inspiration for that. And we're very honored to be the inspiration for Ron English as well.
Yep. Also, if you didn't notice, the PFP is also Superstar Money colors. You just realized that.
That's right.
Cryptoys.
Speaking of Cryptoys.
They're putting out great images. The Pluto is it's magnificent, as they would say in France. I really like it. It's my favorite from the line.
It's
and
just
I can't
hard.
wait to see the first four-legged Cryptoy.
It's just hard for me not to get excited about Cryptoys. Like, and I'm going to say I'm sick and tired of people accusing us of being biased because we are ambassadors. We are ambassadors because we believe in the project first. Then we became ambassadors. Let's just make that clear. It's hard for me not to get excited. These are fully rigged, gamified, NFT technology-backed digital collectibles. Now they have Disney IP. We know, we're speculating, we don't know, but we think they're going to have Marvel IP around the corner soon. And they're going to take this to a whole new level that we've never seen before in the space. So it's very difficult for me not to get excited for this. And I really think that when it comes down to this, I think probably the game changer for Cryptoys will be Marketplace. I think when Marketplace exists, I really think it's going to be a complete game changer for Cryptoys. And you're going to see mass adoption of the platform even before the gamification. They don't even need anything else. They just bring in a Marketplace. I think we're going to see a big dynamic change in the Cryptoys community.
I mean, it doesn't take very long to speak to anyone on that team to become bullish on Cryptoys. Like that in itself is an accomplishment, that there are no people that we have come across on the team on Cryptoys that make us think of the project in a negative light. Everyone is so welcoming and very, very, I don't know, just like fun to be around. And they're all hyped about the project, and they answer questions very, very rapidly. Customer service, Sabina and John are killing it. So, I mean, how can we be negative about the project unless they don't hit their deadlines, which we're expecting some Marketplace in 2024. Very, very generic, and probably on purpose that they've set these timelines. Right?
It's just from the top down, from the CEO level, the executive level, the marketing team, fantastic, amazing. We got the community managers, incredible. We got the art team. It's just they're completely taking a different approach than what we've seen in this space, I think, from any company. And I really think that it will pay off, because most of the other companies, you don't really get that from the full vertical of the organization in your face, like community connection. You just don't get that anywhere else. And I think it just shows that they really care and they're serious and they know what they're doing. They're going to deliver a high quality product.
Yep. Can't wait to see what comes. speaking of legends, have you seen Holy for Jolie for Richard's
Yeah, I saw this.
latest post?
Yeah,
He
I
did a
did.
Batmobile. He did
Sick. It was
a
sick.
Batmobile out of cubes. Like you can see what it looks like from the side. He's like, man, you guys can't use my showroom because you can't apparently kneel if you're in viewer mode, but
Okay.
only if you're like in creator mode. So
Yeah.
he's like, okay, well, anyways, this is what it's supposed to look like. Because on McFarlane, you could actually enter other people's showrooms right now. So he's like, yeah, look how that's how it's supposed to look. So like ridiculously talented. He also has a Batman in there just chilling.
He's an incredible artist. I don't know how he pulls this off with just a
no
bunch
idea,
of
but
random items. He's like a MacGyver of art.
shout out to Richard.
He just puts a bunch of stuff together and just makes works of art.
We've been having some great chats with him in the Discord as well. So definitely go check out the Discord. My favorite Redneck Reacts. That's all I'm saying. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not even going to play the rest of it. You're going to have to go see it if you want to watch it. But Put in Cheeks put out his best short to date. Go check it out. Go give him some love. Go smash thumbs up.
Yeah.
And here's the video from Fat Cat that Rob was talking
cool.
about. If you want the sound, go check out our Twitter. But these are the types of submissions that we're receiving. This was next level. He did a video. And really, really cool. And he's saying he's the next millionaire. So if you think that you are and you haven't submitted yet, you better get your entry in. You better get your entry in.
He's just telling everyone else, guys, I will take this all the way. I will take this all the way. It doesn't matter what we're gonna throw at him. He's prepared to take this all the way and to become that millionaire. So we'll see if he has what it takes.
Competition is heating up. It's heating up. You want to mint some Cryptoys? Link is at the top of our X every single day. Why not get that extra utility for the SUP? Okay, Rob. Let's talk about the comics. Sparked a little bit by this tweet over here by Big Time Machine. He says, good job. And he's comparing the real world Batman #1 with the Batman #1 that was dropped today on DC Palm Candy, I guess you would call it now.
Yeah.
Big book, a lot of hype. I tried to go for it, did not get it. It's something that it was a guarantee to sell above retail. It did that. That's when something like that happens. Usually we will try to make a play on it. I don't have a back cowl. I don't have that Harley Quinn thing, so I was not able to get any of the allow lists beforehand, which is fine. And I'm not too upset about it. But this post actually made us think about comics maybe in a little bit of a different way. Wouldn't you say that, Rob?
Well, okay, so admittedly, I've never really been a big fan of comics. I just never really felt the same value of them as I did for the digital collectibles. Like when we talk about the metaverse in the future, the utility capabilities, the gamification, when we talk about all these things that we think are going to make this space so great, comics never really drew me in. It was something that it's kind of cool to own, but at the same time, I haven't read a single comic in my life, and nor have I planned on starting. So it's just something that never really excited me. But with that being said, I do recognize value, and I can understand that with these comics, there is a physical world value for some of these high 9.8 graded, 10 whatever high graded comics. They could be worth a lot of money. Okay, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. But it begs the question, what are we really buying? What are we buying? So we're going to go and buy, this is Palm NFT here, right? DC, yeah. This is Palm. We did videos about scans before, okay? You guys all remember that video, I hope. I hope some of our previous superstars remember when we broke the news that they scanned their comics, okay? So let me just get this. That's a perfect example. So can you zoom into both of these? So the original.
Yeah. Okay. Here,
let me
pull it up. This is the facsimile. All right. This is on eBay. You can buy it for $9 Canadian right now. And let's just show some. So if you look at the bicep on Batman here, you'll see a little bit of yellowing. So not completely colored in as you would expect it to be gray. You'll see a little bit of yellowing on the bicep there. Okay. Now we'll pull up the actual one, and you can clearly see here in the bicep that it is gray, right?
Right.
So there is a difference between the facsimile and the original, and there are other differences that also exist. But the big problem is that the one on DC NFT is matching the one that is the facsimile. So people are kind of and this goes to Rob's point. What are we actually buying on the marketplace. It's hyped because it's Batman #1, but I mean, there's a $9 Batman #1 physical that you can buy that matches this exactly, right? So that's the first big question. Like, how is this going to hold up if it doesn't even match the one that's worth millions of dollars?
But like, in my opinion, you bought a facsimile, right? It's the first ever digital Batman #1 facsimile comic that was provided on Palm's platform. So I just think that the market sometimes is just, everybody wants to make money, right? They just say, oh, Batman #1, I'm gonna go buy it. It's the first one. People are gonna want this. And then because they know a lot of people are gonna want this, they know they're gonna be able to flip it for some quick cash. So I think that's what really draws people in. But I think when you ask yourself the question, what am I really buying? You're actually only buying a $9 Canadian comic book on eBay because it's the same cover. But even if it wasn't the same cover, even if they matched the original cover, okay, the utility that it gives you of reading it is equal to just going and like buying the facsimile and reading it there as well. So like I just feel like comics lack in utility. They do not have the utility of digital collectibles. Digital collectibles can have, especially if they have a skeleton that can be used in games and other things. And I think that's probably one of the biggest cons of these comic books, which is that they are going to lack utility. And I will say Starboys, okay? Starboys have more utility than any comic I've ever seen on any platform because you get stuff for free just by owning them.
It's true. I mean, Starboy, the utility is unmatched. I mean, it's not really a fair comparison, but I want to show something here because this is not exclusive to the Palm platform. This is actually something that we kind of see on veve as well. Let me just pull up the screen again. But so this is a facsimile of Amazing Fantasy number 15. Okay, if we this is a much slightly different difference, but it's still a difference. And what I want to point your eyes to is that spider web where it crosses over the burgundy. You see where it crosses over the burgundy? How the black is directly on top of that burgundy?
Yeah.
If we go to the veve one, I think it's in the comments on that post here. So this is the veve one. You can see it matches the facsimile. See how there's the black line directly over the burgundy?
Yeah.
Now, if we go to the original, you'll see that there's a white line separating the two. So very, very minor difference. However, the veve version matches the facsimile and doesn't even match the original. So now it just kind of doubles down our opinion of Palm and the comic books being scanned, because now you have a copy of a copy. So it's like you had a copy made and then you photocopy the copy. It's not even like the original anymore.
They have no access to the original. Yeah. So they have to scan the facsimile, and then that's what they make the collectible. So we're just buying facsimiles, and we're just treating them like they're these ultimate grails. I mean, to each their own. I know our good friend Sleep in Comics is not going to be happy with this conversation here. But yeah, they're scanning. All these things are being scanned and just thrown up, and they're literally making so much cash off facsimiles that are just like $9 on eBay that you could just go buy whenever you want. Compared to the digital versions, which nobody reads, and okay, you're gonna rent them? Probably not. Right. So
let's talk about a couple things here. First thing I want to talk about is we've seen interactions and we've had interactions with physical comic book collectors. Now, Sleepin's a comic collector, Comics and Crypto are comic collectors. There's people who are in the space who understand it, who get it, but the majority of the physical collectors are not happy about having digital counterparts. So example, like we've seen Randy go to Comic-Con. He's gone to the booths and the people wanted nothing to do with him. We've been to DCon. I went to Fan Expo a couple weeks ago. Nobody wants to talk about digital versions of the comics. And let me explain to you what I got as the opinions that I heard is that they've spent money on their collections. They have a lot of money invested in their physical collections. Digital's a threat to them. Digital's a threat to them. And you got to remember, not everybody is into comic book collecting. So there's already a limited amount of people who enjoy this passion, who enjoy this type of hobby. And now you're trying to threaten what they've built up and what they've secured. So it's kind of hard to convert them because they already have their stashes and they already have their grails and everything's already been determined, and now you're trying to disrupt that. So it's very, very hard to get into that space and take that money away from them, because they all see value in the physicals in a certain way, and digital just kind of it's less of a chase because it's too easy to get compared to what they have, what they're going after, right?
Sure. I mean, they have like most collectors, true physical collectors, they have a higher level of research. They're much more intelligent in terms of what they're buying. They have to be, or they're going to get scammed. They're going to buy the wrong thing. They're going to make a mistake. They're just too easy on the digital side. It happened to us at Decon in November when we went to Decon. We met in the parking lot some physical comic book collectors, and they really wanted nothing to do with veve at the time, because in their mind, it wasn't anything important. Like, who cares if you got digital scans of facsimile comics? It doesn't excite them. They would much rather collect graded physical copies, tangible in your hand copies, which have the equivalent utility actually as a digital one. There's really no difference if you just read them both. I know in both cases, you're probably not reading them. When you have it packaged up, you're not going to read it. But it's the same for the digital. Who actually reads them? I only own mine for MCP. I haven't read a single comic. Most people have it. I know some people here and there have them. Most people haven't. So, yeah, our physical collectors absolutely want nothing to do with it, and that will hurt its value, I think, over time.
And if they have the money to be buying into these big grails, they're gonna buy the physicals, which are I mean, the price comparisons actually are kind of ridiculous at this point. That some of these things are going for tens of thousands of dollars when you can get some of these other ones and maybe a little bit of a lower grade, but it's the original piece from 1930s, 1940s for the same price. Like it doesn't make any sense sometimes. So we have to kind of check ourselves, especially when, like we said, it's a copy of a facsimile or a copy of a copy. It doesn't even match exactly to what the one that everyone's chasing in the real world is. But anyways, if we move on, the other thing here is that, and this is something that we heard from the guys in the parking lot at Decon, who actually owned a comic book store, and they were asking us about it because they were curious, but at the same time they said, "I don't get it. It's Marvel Unlimited. I don't get it. It's Marvel Unlimited." So obviously a little bit different. There's ownership with the ones that have the blockchain backing. But at the same time, it's not complete ownership yet. We don't know when that's going to happen. We believe that veve eventually will become interoperable. Hopefully, that's how we've been teased. But if they never do, the difference from Marvel Unlimited starts to become a little bit less, except that you have a mint number on your comic, right?
Listen, I think when it comes to veve and interoperability, I really don't think there's any kind of solid promise anywhere that they will be doing that. Mm-hmm. I think David Yu has said it's something that they obviously review, consider, but there's never been a concrete, hard, yes, we will be interoperable. So we have to assume that it will never be interoperable because they have never guaranteed it will be interoperable. They've always just said licensors don't really like it, blah, 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 all these things. So with that assumption, Marvel Unlimited is the equivalent of veve, because veve, you don't actually own anything. You don't have the ability to go to 5 different marketplaces and sell it as you choose, right? You can't just trade it between wallets. You can't, just transfer it over to a friend. You actually don't own it. And veve actually has this in their terms of services. You don't own anything. And I think it's like that for most comics. I don't know if Palm, I think Palm is interoperable, is it not?
No.
Palm, they're not either? Okay. So you have Palm and you have veve that is a walled garden, so you can't actually own it. This is the same thing. You literally pay a subscription fee. And through the subscription fee, you can read like 30,000 different comics. You don't actually own it. Someone could argue that on veve, well, maybe you can rent it. Well, when renting, right? The renting, I'll have to see it to believe it. And then once you have renting for comic books, who's renting it, right? Who's renting it? Because what are they going to do with it? They're going to rent it for what, a penny? So they can read it. It's like gonna be like a library. People are gonna just give it for free. You want to read my digital comic, whatever. Go ahead and do it. There's no like process of storage of anything. You just make it available. So, and I think you can read it right now in the app. You don't have to own it. I think you just go and click it and you can read it. So it just lacks utility, like I said before.
Yeah, I don't know if you can read the entire thing, but there might be previews and stuff. But I mean, even the number of comics and the edition sizes, they're so all over the place at this point. The best comics or some of the older comics have like ridiculously high number of editions, and then you have ones that are newer that are ridiculously scarce. It's just I don't know. Like, does one that is like as a Tarzan become a Grail at some point because there's so few of them? If Veve gets millions of users, it's hard to understand how this is going to play out. I feel like it's almost risky at the same time because like my view on comics has completely changed. I do, however, think that there is a silver lining. I think that there are options that could make comics on Veve, on DC Palm, sought after. I think that exclusive covers, exclusive stories. I think even DC Palm might have like I think the first Cowl comic is exclusive to an exclusive digital, which is something you can't get in the real world. So that to me, that's probably important because it's something that you could only get that way. Then you have the rare covers, which we use for MCP, but also they are exclusive on Veve. Ultra rare covers exclusive on Veve. I think even some of the secret rares, even though they're pictures from inside the comic book, I'm not sure that all of them have real world counterpart covers. So that you can argue is exclusive on Veve. And these are the ones that I would say, if you are really into comics, maybe makes more sense. Now, this is coming from a guy who only owns common 3-digit comics because that was my play a while ago. But now as more and more of this comes out and I'm starting to realize I'm getting a little bit more hesitant when it comes to collecting any comics on these apps because I'm just trying to find the utility. I'm trying to find the use case long term. I mean, do I really want $10,000 wallpaper for my Veveverse? I don't know.
Yeah. Like I only bought comics, like I said, MCP is what makes me want to hold them. I needed that kind of MCP push to want to own a whole bunch of rare comics. And as for the exclusive covers, at least that's a little bit of refined scarcity within the Veve app. Specifically where you can actually get ones that are exclusive only to there if you're very interested in that kind of stuff. That's very niche.
Or if they come out with like actual unique storyline. I always thought like that's something they could do here. This opens the door where you can come up with you can partner with Marvel, come out with an exclusive storyline or arc and only release it on Veve or only release it on Palm.
I remember during my early times in the space where I was really using my imagination on what things could be. And then as I spent more time, I realized I brought myself back down to earth and realized that there's actually many limitations in terms of what they can actually be done. But I've always thought that like the way the comic book market can blow up is it's the same comic, it's officially licensed, but as you open it, it plays the story in like a holographic kind of style. I think that would be like an insane utility that you can give to these comics where you can play the story, you can read it, and while you're reading it, you can actually see things move. Kind of reminds me of Harry Potter. You know the newspaper, how these guys move in the newspaper? Something like that, where you have a little bit of an animation as you read it. I feel like that kind of utility can really separate it apart. That's something that the physical can never do. And that would give it a lot more value, it'd be a lot more interesting, a lot more fun. Like I would accept that as a real form of gamification if you can pull that off.
And that wouldn't even require you to convert comic book collectors because that could be just converting people who enjoy the fandom because they want to actually enjoy the story. I mean, the comic book collectors, of the majority of them, don't want to read the comic. Like you said, they keep it in their slabs and they don't look at them. They're value hunting, right? This would be something that I could see, like the way that you're picturing it is kids will be coming in. So like do something exclusive, either exclusive cover art, which Veve's already doing, or exclusive stories that actually are animated and move. I think, I'm not sure if DC Palm has any animated covers, but even if just the cover's animated, something that sets it apart from the real world that you can only get on these certain platforms, that's when comics take the next step. I mean, if it's just going to be copies of copies, I'm not totally interested anymore. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I agree with you. Again, I've never been super hot on the comics. I think they got to do something special with them to make them more valuable. You guys can let us know what you think. Okay, so obviously we are not at all comic people in the first place. So maybe we're a little bit biased because we're just not comic people. Sleeping Comics is probably going to completely disagree with us because he is a comic book expert. We're not. We just never been that big into comics. So Like, what do you guys think? Like, should we just sell all our comics? Just sell them all? Like, are they going to be like, if they might be worthless, maybe it's worth just selling them all and going into collectibles. But actually, sorry, one last thought is with the Vision Pro coming out. Can you imagine putting on your Vision Pro digital comic and then you actually see a storyline? Anyways, it's fun to dream, but the reality is that it's not here. So let us know your guys' thoughts. Do you agree with us on comics? Do you think they're a little bit overrated? Do you agree with the kind of the mentality that we're buying facsimile comics because the cover matches the facsimile and not the original, so that they're all overvalued basically relative to the actual physical world value? Since we love using physical world value to assess the value of a digital, should we be using the facsimile and not the actual original because the covers don't match? So let us know below your thoughts. Do you think comics might be worthless in the future? And before you go, if you haven't already, don't forget, become a Superstar, smash subscriber, and join the Superstar family. Hit the bell notification button to get every single video every single day. And also, Superstar VIPs is $2.99 a month. Start beside your name, access our spreadsheets, giveaways. Don't forget, guys, we have the Superstar Utility Program now. You're being rewarded for being a Superstar because we are utility driven, something that unfortunately comics are not. So make sure if you want to support the channel a little bit extra, you can become a Superstar VIP and get benefited with potential giveaways at the end of the month. Guys, thank you all so much. Take care. We'll see you next one. Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.